Welcome to JasonWhiskyWise. My name is Jason. Welcome to my whiskey review here on my channel, where today we're going to be concluding my Gordon Macphail's private collection range, so to speak. And this is going to be ending with the Longmore 1961 Twin Cask, which is cask number 508. Yep, 508. This one is chosen by the twin of Richard. And we've got Stuart, which we reviewed in the last video, so I'll leave that in the top corner. Feel free to go and check it out. It is a 57-year-old whiskey, bottled at an ABV of 45%, so much more stronger than the 40.8. And this one has been matured solely in first fill sherry European oak hogshead. So a different maturation from the cask number 512, which was in first fill sherry American oak hogshead. So we're going to see the difference, and at the end of this video, I'll compare the two and tell you which is my favourite. Now, it is from the Longmore distillery, and that is located in Speyside. And the pair of these two whiskies, are actually, because they're not sold individually, they're sold together as a set, comes in at £30,000 for the set of them up there, which you can see. And they do only consist of, I think it's 97 bottles only, and you can't buy them one by one. You have to buy them as a pair. So, as the story goes, if you haven't seen the last video, this is based on a series of twins, as the two twins from the family. And in terms of that, same with the casks. They were both distilled on the exact same date, on the 2nd of February, 1961. And then they were all both bottled on the 2nd of February, 2018. And one was a first fill sherry European oak hogshead. The other one was a first fill sherry American oak hogshead. So exactly looking the same, but European and sherry oak. Sorry, European and American oak. Sorry, I got so confused there. European and American. And to see the differences in the personality and characteristics that each cask presents itself. So Richard, we're going to try your selection over here. As I mentioned the price, let's jump straight into the nosy notes, because I can smell the aroma just going through the glass. So into the nose. So starting us on the nose for this one, cask number 508. Wow, this is so much more aromatic. As the 512 was just as, as well, an incredible nose, this too has also got a great nose for a 57-year-old whiskey. Lovely aromatics with these orchard fruits. Green apples, green pears, a rich vanilla creamy note, Manuka honey, but a nice rich syrupy one as well. Grated walnuts, a little bit of almonds as well. Lemon peel, none of the pith, so none of that bitter character really coming through here. Rum-soaked raisins. Goodness, this has got so much on the nose of this one. There is a slight sort of musky, earthy character coming through. That could be a little bit of the age seeping through this one. And then there's a note on this one that just reminds me like a pile of old books. And if you ever got one of these old school textbooks from like 20 years ago, and you just put your nose to the actual book to smell it, that's exactly how it is. I just got a smile on my face because it reminded me when I was at school. And one of the teachers pulled out one of these textbooks from the inside the cupboard. You smelled it, you're like, what the hell was that? Wow. So that's about it for the nose. Let's get into the palate next. Sludger. Mr. Bananas needed to try this. So on the palate, wowee. This is, exactly what you wanted on the nose. On the palate, it's reflected and amplified. You start with a nice, rich, dark, chocolatey character. It's accompanied by a little bit of a citrusy character as well. Citrus peel, a bit of citrus pith, adding a slight bitter character with that dark chocolate. It then transfers over now into this sort of tobacco-y, worn, leathery note, so to speak. And then you go into the fruits. These are sort of like a red apple pie. A bit of dry vanilla. It's like as if you had a vanilla pod and you try to bite off that. Then you get a little bit of this oak coming through, and then you get into these dark fruits. And this is like the black currants, blackberries, black plums, blood orange. Wow, it just keeps going on, and it gets deeper in the texture as well. The actual texture of this one, I'd say is a medium, but it's pushing a medium full as it just keeps going further and further. And this has got such a nice, I'd say like a meatier texture to it. Really enjoyable. Let's get into the finish, and I'll come to my concluding notes on this Longmore cask 508. The finish for this one does have a nice medium, maybe medium long finish to it. It's got these lovely notes of these oily walnuts, a little bit of this coffee, dark chocolate, it actually goes a little bit more bitter than I'd like on the actual finish of this whiskey. You get a spiced oak, a little bit of this leather. It's almost like a cigar, actually. Reminds me of a cigar tobacco. And then that dark chocolate comes back again, but it's even more richer, more darker. Very interesting how that finishes. And you get a little bit of this, even a little hint of citrus pith, which, again, it goes a bit more bitter on the finish. It's not like the same like on the palate, which is very interesting because that was going to score much more higher. I'm going to change my score a little bit. This one here is getting a 90 out of 100. That bitterness just develops so much more than what I remember, because I tried this at the Whiskey Exchange show and I really loved it there. It's just gone a little bit bitter. I don't know if it's a sample, but could be that. However, value for money at £30,000 for, well, let's say £15,000 for a bottle is a lot of money to put into a bottle. However, if you are born on, for example, on the 2nd of February 1961, this could be a bottle for you to have. It's, you know, one of the very few bottles that have been bottled at that point in time. But then again, if you're a collector as well, many people will like that in that sense. Does it need water? Does it need time? Water, no. Personally, this one has got so much going on. I think water would suppress those characters. And in terms of does it need time, give it a little bit of time in the glass beforehand. So let it breathe like I've done. And it just really rewards you. Really lovely. But I just felt that bitterness on the end really pulled that mark down quite significantly. But that's going to be it for the video. If you guys have enjoyed, drop it a thumbs up as always. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, which I'll leave over there. I'll leave some other Gordon Macphail's videos on screen. If you have enjoyed, again, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you for the next video. Slanger.